don't do anything.
The Weed Porn Daily podcast is brought to you by the Weed Porn Daily Stoner Shop. Clothing for cannabis connoisseurs. We've got t-shirts, hoodies, laptop skins, iPhone cases, pillows, tote bags.
Nice tote bags.
Nice tote bags. Everything you need. Clothing for cannabis connoisseurs and accessories. Stoner swag. Just head over to shop.weedporndaily.com. We've got new tote bags. I mean, they're not that new. It's like a week or two ago. But the tote bags are full belt print. So they're actually just like the whole bag is like printed.
Or more importantly, the straps are really nice straps on the tote bag. Because I hate those skinny shits that they sell, like the cheap like canvas tote bags that the straps like dig into your shoulder and stuff. These are like nice. They're like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inch like thick straps, so they won't hurt your like shoulder when you're carrying stuff.
I think more importantly, the bag. When you buy the nug bag, it literally looks like nugs. Like you'll have, an awesome thing strapped over your shoulder comfortably, but it'll look like you have nugs hanging off of you. Yeah.
We can talk practically or aesthetics, whatever.
Shop.WeedPornDaily.com. You can advertise with Weed Porn Daily by going to WeedPornDaily.com/advertise. We've streamlined the advertising process. You can just click on the purchase links, and by advertising on the website sidebar, like image advertising, or you can buy advertising on the podcast for 1 whole month. So check it out, WeedPornDaily.com/advertise. And if you're looking for a more diverse package, maybe something maybe more custom, fitted to your needs, you have a product you want to get out to the cannabis community or something like that, just contact us and we'll work with you. You can find the contact link also on WeedPornDaily.com/advertise. Alright, let's get this podcast started. I hope you have your bowls packed, hash nails heated, dabbers dabbed. What?
I didn't realize you didn't take a hit
Edibles
yet.
baked.
I thought you had taken your door.
No, not yet. Now is the time. Got a bowl here of some spice.
Not like the shitty spice, not like spice, like, isn't that the name of the fake stuff?
Yeah.
Don't call it
It's
spice.
like it smells like a bowl of like potpourri and spice and shit. Wait, potpourri?
Potpourri. Potpourri. Potpourri.
Smoking some K2, son.
No.
I'm on cloud 9, nigga.
No, you want to get yourself killed. I am not taking you to the emergency room at this hour of night.
Cheers.
Smoke into the microphone.
Not really.
I can't even see the computer screen.
Welcome to the Weed Porn Daily podcast. I'm Grouch, the editor, owner, designer, the asshole behind the ass box.
The guy who does basically everything.
And this is?
Mrs. WeedPornDaily. You know, it was funny. I was on my trip in Minneapolis this past week, and you know what? I thought of a title for myself, and you know what? I forgot. I totally forgot what I was going to say.
Too stoned, man. that Minneapolis weed. Pretty quiet.
You mean the lack of weed? Yeah, I'm Mrs. WeedPornDaily. I'm the caretaker of the asshole behind it all.
Yeah, know how it is. Changes my diaper. Rolls my blunts.
Changes your diaper, changes your bong water, you mean?
Yeah. If you want to check out the website, head over to WeedPornDaily.com. Follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Vine, all that jazz. WeedPornDaily. The only one that's different is Instagram. It's @GotchaGrouch. That was a nice hit. Really got me. So yeah, let's jump right into the news. We've got some news articles to talk about today. Can you actually put it up here?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yep. So if you want to follow along, you can go to the podcast post. We put like all the news that we talk about on that thread, or you can go to the news tag, or just hit news up top on WeedPornDaily.com. There are just so many options.
I wonder how many people actually follow the news as we go through it all.
I'd be interested, yeah. Or like, what I'm really interested in is how many people sit in like their car and like listen to the news. Because
I don't think we're on like the Joe Rogan level yet, where people freaking listen to us on like
maybe they're
XM
hotboxing
radio.
their car and they just want a friendly voice because they're so stoned they can't like converse themselves. Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So we got some news here. Free joint giveaways lead to red flags and watchdogs. This comes to us from High Times. A political organization in Colorado responsible for distributing free marijuana in their campaign against a state taxation racket known as Proposition AA has decided to open their books to the public after reports from a Colorado watchdog group surfaced earlier this week claiming the complimentary pot should be considered a campaign contribution. In a disclosure form that was filed in December, the No Overtaxation group reported that the courtesy weed distributed to the public was tied to a cash contribution from attorney Rob Corey and was valued at 1 cent. However, in recent interest of full disclosure, due mostly in part to a finance complaint filed by the Colorado Ethics Watch, the organization has filed a new campaign finance report which states the joints handed out at rallies in Denver and Boulder to protest the proposed 25% tax on retail marijuana
25%, Jesus Christ.
are actually valued at $1,250. $250. It's interesting. So the joints went from being priced at 1 cent to being priced at approximately like 31 to 32 cents. It's a really big deal, man. They really had to crack down on that. Serious business. But I think it's more of a case of, you're in Colorado, cannabis is legal now, and...
Wait, until January. Right?
January 1st, but, it's basically legal.
Well, apparently not if they're making these complaints.
Well, they're making the complaints, and they're not necessarily saying, like, you were using an illegal drug. They're saying, like, we just want you were distributing a product, put this on the fucking papers, and put the right price. Like, that's their complaint. They said that
that seems very just, in
my
opinion.
The argument of the group was that, the cannabis isn't legal yet. So you can't really put a street price on something that's not legal. So they were like, the cannabis is worth 1 cent.
Price?
Like saying like, you can go buy this coconut oil, say, at the supermarket for $3.99.
That's retail price. That's not street price.
Sorry, retail. You know how it is.
Street price is far different from like retail price.
Okay, retail price.
Okay.
That's what they're basing it on.
Okay.
So they don't really have a retail price to justify this on. They're just like trying to throw some numbers out here. What?
I don't know. I have I don't know. It just seems. I don't know how to formulate my sentences. It's like, why did the group wrongly price it, or are
they put like 4,000 joints as worth like $1? like, or 1 cent each, or something like that.
Okay.
Like, you know, that was the case.
That's like any classic campaign thing. Like, they always wrongly price their products so that they, like...
Man, I don't know. Like, I don't see the big deal here, you know, it goes from, like, you know, $1 or whatever, $4 to $12.50. You know, it's not a huge jump. It's not like saying, like, look how much money they spent. You know, it just seems, what I'm trying to get to is, why are they nitpicking? You know, they're nitpicking because now people can start using cannabis as a tool to promote their campaign. Like,
you mean
now,
it's money?
Well, now it's like, hey, I can give you a fucking free drug that'll get you high and will, like, make you love my opinion. And
no, it's like people who freaking give out beer at, like, promotional events.
Exactly. It's another tool, and they're like, we're not cool with this tool yet. You know?
Well, yeah, they weren't cool with alcohol for a long time either.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
They're still kind of stiff with alcohol at promotional events. Yeah.
So moving on. John Morgan coughs up serious cash for medical marijuana ballot measure. This comes to us from the Orlando Sentinel. Orlando trial lawyer John Morgan said this summer he was prepared to spend a lot of money financing a ballot campaign to legalize medical marijuana use in Florida. And so far, he's putting his money where his mouth is. The latest campaign finance records show Morgan and his high-profile law firm have contributed $400,000 to the People United for Medical Marijuana campaign. Nearly two-thirds of the total $644,535. $644,535. The group has raised through September, with $250,000 of that coming in the last 3 months. That's crazy. So he's basically like fueling the whole campaign in Florida to get cannabis legalized medically. So yeah, if you guys are looking for any updates on the Florida situation, make sure to check out the Florida tag. Make sure to check out this article. Make sure to sign the fucking petition. There's a petition going out right now on the Puffum website, the People United for Medical Marijuana.
Can you just turn that off? I just realized that's...
Doesn't matter.
You sure?
Yeah, I did a last podcast with it, and I do noise canceling, and the noise canceling takes it out.
Really?
Okay, don't worry. National Association of Specialty Pharmacists investigating how to manage medical marijuana. This comes to us from 420 Times. The National Association of Specialty Pharmacists, NASP, is in the process of creating a task force in order to investigate how they and other healthcare professionals can help assist the management of marijuana for patients who use the plant for medicinal dedications. Essentially, patients receive treatment from dispensaries outside of their pharmaceutical regimen management, and we believe that a drug with such broad scope should be managed effectively through the specialty pharmacist to ensure that the patient education and proper dispensing. Gary Cohen, CEO of National Association of Specialty Pharmacy, explained. It's an interesting case. It's something that you see a lot, and it's something that the anti-legalization people tend to use as a crutch for their argument. You know, they say, this is a, medical marijuana, quote unquote, yet your doctor doesn't even sign you a prescription. He doesn't say, like, go smoke 2 joints a night and, call it a day. And that, that's your prescription. The doctor says, you need medical marijuana, and then you go to the dispensary and you pick your dose, and, you pick whatever strain you want, you pick whatever method you want.
Are they talking about specifically the strains? Or are they talking
Well, they're speaking specifically. I understand what they're saying here, and I understand the concern. It's kind of like in the case of like people who use other medications, they don't necessarily want people mixing marijuana with other medications because it's actually like discouraged to do that.
No, I can understand
usually.
that. Yeah.
So they want it under the jurisdiction of the doctor, like the pharmacist providing the medication, so they can keep an eye on it.
Like you're a medical professional, whether it be a doctor or whatever, wouldn't they already be aware of patient history when prescribing the medicinal marijuana?
I don't understand.
Like when you go to the doctor and you're like, doctor, I need this, I need help, or with this, or whatever. I'm feeling sick, ill, I have whatever, can I have some, like, weed to help it? Wouldn't they be aware of their medical history and decide whether or not it is the right decision to be giving them the weed already?
Well, that isn't the case. The case is like, how much weed are they smoking? They could just run off to the dispensary and buy like 5 ounces and smoke it to the face.
But you just said like that they're concerned with mixing their medicine, like their normal.
Yeah, they want to be like, hey, all right, you're gonna go smoke 2 joints and tell me how that feels. Okay, that didn't really work out. All right, smoke 3 joints. All right, and they want to play that game with you, and they want to be like they essentially want to baby you with your cannabis, because that's what they do with your
that's
pills.
With regular pills, yeah.
They you come back
they
next
like
week,
feel
how
out.
you feel,
yeah.
Take one more, take one less, and that's how it works. So that's what they want to do with cannabis.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's fucking bullshit. That's fucking like, who the fuck is a doctor to know anything about cannabis right now? There are not any good amount of studies for them to be doing any kind of prescribing like that officially. This is all anecdotal evidence, any type of strain effects. Like, none of that is scientifically founded currently. So if anything, you guys don't want, it on your backs, So I don't know what these guys are thinking. Maybe this is a movement to legitimize the medical marijuana industry. A lot of people are trying to do that. They're trying to make it, less criminal, like make it more medical, more regulated.
That was some Joe Rogan conspiracy, like, debunking right there.
Not really.
It sounded like him.
There's a lot of fucking conspiracy going on in the cannabis world because it's all political. It fucking sucks. It sucks keeping up with it.
Yeah. That's your problem.
Hashtag, check our fucking conspiracy tag, man. No, we actually don't have one. The weed fairy is loose in New York City. This comes to us from High Times by Mary Jane Gibson. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not even crediting High Time authors anymore. That's some bullshit. Some pseudo-name garbage. I'm sorry.
Baby, that's a pen name.
I know, and I call myself Ganja Grouch, and I'm like, getting pissed here, but whatever. A mysterious Brooklyn ganja giver committed random acts of kindness this week. Gawker reports that earlier this week a man found a poster with the message, "These are tough times, take this weed," taped to a subway wall in Brooklyn. And there was actually weed attached. The anonymous pot giver sent out Twitter messages under the name The Weed Fairy, writing, "These are tough times, keep your spirits high," and, "As long as we're this high up, we can't be brought down." The Weed Fairy identified the strain that he left for smokers as Kushage. He, or she, it's a she actually, also tweeted, "I'm not promoting anything, I just want you all to feel good. Smells like someone worth following online. After all, who doesn't want free weed?" The Marijuana Mysterio's Twitter handle is @thegardenbreath. Breath like with no D.
What?
There's like breath, and then there's breath.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's no E at the end.
Oh,
sorry,
E. I heard D. I heard
English
D at
is,
the end.
well, there's no D in it, and there's no E at the end.
Oh, breath, like, oh, okay,
breath,
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Fucking English. Yeah. So this is pretty cool, man. Like, fucking...
But then they find out who it was. They caught him, right?
Free weed. I caught him.
Or, not caught him, but they traced
yeah, I
it
just
back
said,
to
like,
Twitter.
the Twitter's, the garden breath.
No, it's not about, like, who the Twitter handle is. You said that they like, found, like, who the person was. They were, like...
That is, yeah. Because they were tweeting. Yeah. But yeah. Free weed. It's not only free weed, but it's like free weed and like they're trying to spread like positive. It's free weed in Brooklyn, dog. Can you imagine?
You mean the hipsters literally?
Oh right, yeah, that's right. It's reformed now.
This is Brooklyn.
Shit, I'm thinking like 80s, 90s Brooklyn.
No, we're talking like the current age. Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know. I saw it on Anthony Bourdain's like show.
I was there. I was there on 420. I was in Brooklyn on 420.
All the tweed jackets and fucking plaid and...
Like, it was
unnecessary
ridiculous.
Glasses.
Or it's just all those, like, really expensive restaurants for no reason.
That too, yeah.
They have, like, vegan shit. Go on.
But yeah, that was, they're spreading positive energy, not negative energy. Which is nice. I'm waiting, maybe the account will turn around and be like, yeah, I just happen to be selling a book called Free Weed. Or, hey, I'm sponsored by Free Weed, Danny Danko's podcast.
Danko.
Just happen to love his podcast, that just gave me the idea.
The other guy, the dude that was always on the Joe Rogan podcast has a crazy beard. And he did those find the weed. Like the hidden weed.
Oh, Ari Shaffir?
Ari Shaffir, yeah.
That's true, he's in New York now. This could be like Ari in disguise and shit.
Working with somebody with boobs.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen boobs yet. The avatar is like very...
obscured?
What is it when it's ambiguous gender? It's like gembiguous? Like...
Oh my god, you just made me forget the word. It's your stupid
the
word.
Magic of...
You stupid. No, it's called androgynous.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
God. Don't ever use that word again.
Had to make you work for it. This was...
Poor coin.
This was pretty funny news.
No, it was really sad.
It wasn't sad. It was pretty funny. Cat caught smuggling pot into Moldova prison. And they actually updated it with a video now. This comes to us from the Huffington Post by the Huffington Post. A cat that was being used to smuggle marijuana into a Moldova jail has been caught red pod by authorities.
I didn't realize they used that term.
Of course, they were waiting like...
There was somebody sitting in the office and he cracks
cackling.
He just cracks his hands and he's like, it's my time to shine.
I got this. BBC reports that the sneaky feline, which would frequently leave and enter the jail through a hole in a fence, was recently nabbed by prison guards. 2 packets of pot were reportedly found attached to the cat's oversized decorative collar. A video of the cat being searched above was posted on YouTube by Moldova's Justice Ministry this week. According to the Associated Press, the Department of Penitentiary Institutions said Friday that someone in the village of Pruncul was using the cat as a courier to supply inmates with dope at a local prison. And apparently this isn't the first time in recent months that a cat has been used to smuggle contraband into the prison. In June, a cat that had cell phones and chargers taped to its belly was busted by guards at a prison near Skitivar in northern Russia. The Moscow Times reported that the cat was caught climbing the prison fence.
Man, that cat must have been like...
some capers.
Well, I was gonna say, that's like... Can you imagine like cell phones and chargers? Like,
yeah,
that's heavy.
strapped to your belly,
That's like heavy for the cat. Throws off its like balance and shit. Yeah. So climbing the fence.
But pretty funny, man.
No, it's really sad. Like, if you look at the video, if you go to the video on the Huffington Post website, it's a YouTube video. You can really watch it on YouTube. But it's
hard. Like, titles in like Russian or Moldovan.
But it's just like, they show them, taking the cat, and, the guy's like petting the cat, but you can see how tense the body is of the poor baby. It's just, it's like it doesn't understand what's going on, and it just wants to like leave. Oh, poor baby.
Well, I thought it was pretty cool that somebody had the ingenuity to be like, I'm gonna get a cat which we know that is like can sneak through like cracks and shit. They're like a cockroach of like the pet family, and bad comparison, I know.
That was a really bad one.
But they can sneak into all kinds of places, so it was kind of ingenious. I don't know, and to train it to like go to the prison, like it knows to go, come back. Like, how many cats are that well trained? Like, cats are like, fuck you, man, I'm just gonna go and lay down and, like, go fuck some other cats. Can you imagine how much
weight they must have lost in the process?
Exactly.
Well, like, if you look at it, like, the cat, like, that cat, the collar which they had, like, attached the weed to, was kind of like, it was, like, kind of like a covered, like, wire. And so it seems like somebody would have to physically remove that. That's not something that the cat can just, like, shake off, or like remove by rubbing it off, or get caught in something like that. It was really secured to the neck. So unless somebody else like encountered the cat and like took it off of him, there's no way that cat would have just lost the weed. That's pretty crazy. Well, that's nice. They put a little.
If you want to follow along with the tags on the Huffington Post, they put the most pertinent tags here: cats, cat marijuana,
cat Moldova jail, cat Moldova prison, cat pot, my favorite, cat smuggling, which can be completely misunderstood.
That cat smuggling is probably a popular tag. You don't even know.
It's probably a really popular tag, yeah. Cat smuggling marijuana, cat smuggling pot into prison, Moldova, and world news.
Only the most breaking news on the Huffington Post.
You mean one of the most shittiest, most misogynistic news? Yeah.
It's like turning into the Daily Mail.
It is. You see that whole controversy with Nicki Minaj versus Miley Cyrus, the Huffington Post?
No.
Basically, they were saying that Miley Cyrus is the new, like, she's a symbol of feminism and how she's, like, the greatest thing to happen to, like, the women's movement in this day and age. And the same, like, section of, like, the celebrity tag for the Huffington Post, they're like, looks like Nicki Minaj forgot her t-shirt under her blazer once again. Like, basically pointing out that because Miley Cyrus is white and she's doing all this quote-unquote very risque, very, what is it called? Like, challenging the social norms and social, like, security things. Like, she's a symbol that people should respect and whatever. And then Nicki Minaj, who is probably way more well-versed in these things than Miley Cyrus could ever be. They're making fun of her wardrobe. I don't know, I have a lot of shit and beef with Huffington Post. I mean, they did post the kitty pictures, but I don't know. I'll leave that at that.
I don't know, the Huffington Post, they, in terms of Cannabis news, they tend to have the most concise articles, the most non-biased and mature, just takes on everything. They're the best article to reference out of any news source in that realm. So maybe, I don't know, you're talking about like celebrity talk. Celebrity talk is some vapid shit that like
we're talking about celebrity talk. We're also talking about like writers that are they're basically talking shit about women, and like they're also talking shit about women, and they're also heralding women.
Their jobs are to talk about people. How like fucking empty is that? Like, I don't know.
It's like their job to talk about people, but it's also like people are what move nations. People are what inspire other people. They inspire revolutions. They inspire.
I know that Nicki Minaj booty, like it could probably like sway a couple countries into war.
Did you hear what like Nicki Minaj was talking about? She taught about gender fluidity on a Texas radio show. Did you hear about that?
Because that's like the perfect platform to start talking about some liberal shit.
Well, that's the thing, though. She's not afraid to, like, talk shit and, like, educate stupid fucking people. And, and it's like, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to raise those kind of conversations. Like, you never know when you could possibly sway a person into, like, really learning things rather than being closed-minded.
It's awesome that she's an awesome person or whatever, but I don't know, we're talking about the Huffington Post and their writers and shit, and they're
you were just heralding them for being non-biased, and I'm saying they're not non-biased.
Well, I'm heralding the cannabis writers. I'm sure, like, the Huffington Post is so big, they have, like, sports writers, they have celebrity writers.
They have teams that work on specific areas of news. But if they want to be consistent, I'm sure Fox News they screen all of their reporters and they screen all of their journalists, and they're like, so what do you think about Obama? Or what do you think about this? And they want to know what those people think.
I mean, they're not going to ask him, what do you think about women? Like, that's not one of the questions that you ask.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not really pertinent.
That's not pertinent?
I don't think so, no. Like, I think the Obama thing was very pertinent, but what do you think about men? Okay, what do you think about women? They got a fine ass, right? Yeah, you're in. No. Like, I don't know, it seems like a silly question, or maybe you'd have to phrase it very specifically. Like, I don't know.
I wonder if I suffocated you with a pillow, would they catch it on the microphone?
Like a little muffled cries. Yeah, so that's it for the news. That's it. WeedPornDaily news-wise, I'm not too sure. Covered a lot in the last podcast. Yeah, I'm been busy.
Well, I was gonna say, like, yeah, I forgot what you had talked about in the last podcast.
I discussed the Cannabis Cup, or Cannabis Convention Travel Guide Kickstarter, and the progress on that.
Mm-hmm.
How I did the cover, and the mock-up book, and the, working on the website. Mentioned that we're running out the lights, and,
we're what? Renting out the, yeah.
And the equipment and stuff, and, we're gonna record next week, or this week,
next week.
Soon, essentially.
I gotta write all the paperwork, so we can write
Yep.
that.
And, discussed the new designs in the shop. Discussed,
Did you discuss how you wrote all the things you wanted to cover in the video? Did you plan the video yet?
Yeah, we talked about that. Maybe you should check the podcast to see about that. Yeah. I tossed some ideas out actually on one of the podcasts, but I think it was the podcast that never made it live.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Why didn't you make it live?
It was just like not a good podcast. But I pitched one of the ideas where it was like one of those cheesy like infomercials where you're like,
like Ego Raptor and JonTron?
Yeah, you're at the desk and you hear the crackle of keys. Baby, where can I find information on cannabis conventions? And it cuts to me, and I'm just like, it goes through like a cloud of smoke first, and then you find me, and then I'm just stale-faced. Cuts back to you, baby! Cuts back to me, stale-faced. I take a hit. Cuts back to you, baby! Cuts back to me, what? And then I walk into the room, and we started discussing, like, I'm looking for cannabis conventions. Oh, right, yeah, I just wrote a book on that. Yeah, here, check it out. And I put it on the table, or lift it up and zoom in on it, and yeah. So that was my initial, like, idea.
We should totally do that. I think it'd be so funny.
Because I didn't want to go with, like, that, us sitting down and being very serious, like,
well, you know what I think?
We're gonna do a travel guide here.
Well, I think the way we should approach it is, like, do that video for the Kickstarter page, and then advertise the Kickstarter page with the
funny
cheesy
video,
informational, like, commercial.
More work, goddamn. I'm kidding.
Like, you've already invested so much work in this, and it's like, we do still gotta do a little extra work, but you gotta make the money.
I plan on doing, I plan on doing, as much promotional content as possible to raise awareness. Because that's what I found with Tumblr. Like, it's a very, present-minded, situation, you have a dashboard flooded with just post every single
like Twitter.
day.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
Twitter.
it's exactly like Twitter. So in order to advertise, you got to go on every day and capture their attention with something
multiple
different.
times a day.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be aware of like different coasts, like different times.
Well, actually, no, I don't do that. I do it at like a prime time for all the like people.
Well, I know a lot.
And
of
then I know people
post.
backtrack, and it's like I know trust me, I've been doing this a long time. There's like a prime, 4-hour period.
Next
that's
time
like,
you ask me for some advice about selling things on the internet, I'm gonna not.
No, you come to me, and I'll consult you.
Excuse me? Hey, maybe have you heard any other websites besides Etsy for using to sell shit?
Yeah, it's called WeedPornDaily.com, because I didn't need any. What's up? Flex these muscles. Powerful. That's what's up. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, why don't I open up like a joint Etsy shop? with the WeedPornDaily head shop so that I, put my products into the Etsy marketplace and expand, my possible user base or whatever. And I sat back and I was like, fuck those bitches. I got my market. And I just yeah.
I wish we had a video just so you could record my expression. You know how people, they make gifs of John Tron's faces and Aaron's faces when he does the neck chins? We just watch my face throughout the whole podcast.
It'd be good if we could get something like Getting Dug with High. They do that a lot where they can do
zoom-ins on facial expressions.
And they'll do two faces on the screen at once and show him going crazy and them just high. Yeah. So you could. we gotta get a team in here. We gotta get lighting.
We need an actual camera.
Yeah.
Let's start small.
But yeah. So the Kickstarter video. We gotta do that. Crank that out. I've been working on promotional content. Gifts and stuff like that, just little things to just raise awareness and to utilize in the process. But other than that, I haven't really done much since the last podcast. It's been been working on other shit. Just now bought 5 balls of hemp wick.
Raw hemp wick?
Yeah. So what's 5 times 400? It's a lot. 20,000.
No, 2,000.
Would it be? Yeah. No.
400. Yeah, it's 2,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait, you bought 4 or 5?
5.
5. So 400
4 times 5
2
is
800. So 800 plus 800 is 16, and then that's 2,000.
So 2,000 feet of hemp wick to work with. I wish I had 20,000 feet under the sea. And I've got to cook all those up tonight. I know, yeah, I was waiting for you to catch that. It took you
I thought about it, and I'm like, is he making a joke? Should I call him out on it?
Well, it was referencing it. It wasn't necessarily... Okay. I'm turning this into the Nerdist podcast. All they do is just make references.
Let's not be conceited.
So I've got 2 pounds of... 2.5 pounds of beeswax, and I've got to soak up 2,000 feet of hemp wick tonight and get, I think, 900 feet shipped out tomorrow. So that'll be nice. Hemp wick's been going really, really fucking stable.
You have to tell me what to print out for tomorrow for the post.
If you want. I just go to Kinko's now. I just fucking crank that out.
Why spend money at Kinko's when we can just use black and white?
I guess now that you're back, yeah. When you were gone, I was I was running every day to that shit. Using the self-copy or whatever. That was my blessing. 10 cents. Money. Yeah, that's not that bad. 10 cents. At work, if I work it into the profit margin of the hemp wick thing, it's not really a big deal.
What profit margin?
What profits? Jeez, how harsh. Haven't even looked at my fucking financial statements, making these kind of claims. God damn. Are you making
enough to put it on your taxes now?
Yeah. Actually, if we keep up at this pace, by the end of the year, I might actually have to file taxes this year. It was funny. I was listening to a JRE, and it made me feel a lot better. And then it made me not like him a little bit, because he was talking about how he couldn't pay taxes for a period of time in his youth. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, I just wasn't making enough money. I was doing comedy. And I just wasn't making enough bank to justify filing taxes. And then when I started making enough money, I hired an accountant and I cleared all that up. And, I'm like, oh wow, such a successful person had to struggle like me, and be essentially like a leech on society. But then he started going off on how he felt terrible being a leech on society and how he thinks it's wrong. And this and that, and I'm like, oh, thanks.
So he made you feel guilty about it.
Great, yeah, I'm guilty for being poor. That's wonderful. I don't feel bad at all. Fuck Joe Rogan. But, it's,
Hashtag not powerful.
Hashtag. Yeah, it's not powerful. But, what was my point with that? I lost my train.
Oh, that you might need to file taxes.
Yeah, I might need to actually file taxes this year. That'll be nice.
That's good. You'll do them for the first time with Danny.
And Danny?
Steam Train.
What? Oh, he's doing them this year too. Yeah.
He's finally making enough money.
Yeah. Nice. Spending it all on fucking Steam games though.
No, they have plenty of games on Steam.
Yeah. Do they get it for free? Like their other games?
No, that's all like
to...
that's actually like Ross having bought all those games on like sale and on Steam.
Yeah, because Steam has lots of sales. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're all Ross's games. I'm pretty sure it's all Ross, but I think it also might be a combination of Ross and Danny. But yeah, you've been playing Leisure Suit Larry, like the old one. It's been really good.
That's a pretty good game. I remember playing that.
It's really good.
I remember wanting it for a long time.
It's like, it reminds me of like just those, like, those games of that era and how much I enjoyed them. Mm. Like, I loved getting stumped by those games. They were so good. Like, the Pink Panther one was really, it had a Pink Panther game, it was the boss.
Never heard of it.
It was so good. And I got stuck in Siberia, like literally stuck in Siberia, and I just didn't know how to get out of it.
I always have a fucking scorn for Siberia.
Why?
Because it stumped you.
Oh, I guess. It just makes me want to go back and, like, I don't have this disc anymore, so I wish I could. But then it was, like, for Windows, like, 98 or something.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of people, that'd be one of the hurdles.
Well, that'd be a hurdle, and it's also, like, that's kind of an old game. And I was, like, I'm thinking, like, that's an old, obscure game. And then I thought about it, I'm like, man, we found Parodius and shit.
It's not a problem at all. I actually went back with one of my friends, and we played Serious Sam?
Really?
Or whatever
Pajama
that name
Sam?
is. Pajama Sam. Yeah, and we played, like, 1 through 3. And, I, like, found them online and downloaded them, and they were, like, really easy to acquire.
That's nice.
I mean, I'm on a Windows machine, so it's easier to play.
Well, I mean,
but even
it would
then,
have to be on your computer.
Yeah. But it wouldn't be that hard. Because Pajama Sam, I think, would be just as equally as... I mean, maybe more so,
I feel like Pajama Sam... Well, I remember I bought that, like, Pink Panther CD at, like, on Marshall's or something. I got it at, like, some, like, random... Oh, no, it was, like, a CompuSA or something. Or Tiger... I think it was Tiger Direct that I purchased it. Like, I go, wow. I was like in secondary school or something. Yeah.
Pink Panther. It's a good game.
Yeah. It was like a murder mystery. I liked it. It's like all those games. I love those walk games where you have to like make sure you do all the steps correctly. As semi-linear, it pretty much is linear.
Well, I recently stumbled onto, when I was looking for Cannabis Cup videos, I found an Asian, I sent it to you, an Asian, like, person doing, like, a video log at the Washington, I believe, Cannabis Cup.
Oh, you mean those hipsters?
They were Asian, though. But, yeah,
they were hipsters.
They were hipsters, too. Yeah.
Hipster, I don't discriminate, like...
Well, it's because, like, I say Asian because, like, the video was in that style of, like Asian video logs. Like, if literally,
yeah,
like...
I follow a fashion blogger that she, like, does videos and she uses, like, the same text. Like that thin, tall
same
text.
Font style,
that's
same,
kind
like...
of semi, like, handwritten looking.
Style of, like, holding the camera and things like that.
Like, white text on top of your, like, images of, like, trees and
very
stuff.
Very washed out, very high, bright. Yeah.
Yeah, the very bright color. Very bright,
So I found her, and she did Cannabis Cup video, and it was alright. Whatever. Because it was mostly like her, like, I'm on the subway right now, look at me. Okay, now look at the seat.
Look at the train, look at my people with me, and look at the window.
Okay, now we're walking. Look at my friends again. Now we're walking. Look at the floor, look at me. Alright. So it was a lot of that, I couldn't take that.
That was a while ago.
It was a while ago, so, I don't know what prompt, I think it was the same day, or I went back. I was looking through her videos, and what were you mentioning before? I lost my fucking train of thought.
Pink Panther video games.
She plays click-through video games. Like, she does playthroughs, Let's Plays.
That's cool.
And,
that's cool.
Or not even she doesn't really do Let's Plays. She'll play the whole game and record it, and then she'll do, like, she'll show the intro, she'll show, like, gameplay portions, and she'll cut it up and edit it. So it's not like the whole...
Strange.
Yeah, it's kind of like a trailer/review. And, like, she reviews it in the caption, and she's like, this game's like 7 out of 10. It was kind of fun.
They reviewed in the caption. Why would you do that? Why don't you just record your voice?
It's a very interesting style, and but she played a lot of new, like, click adventure, games, which is very interesting. Yeah, it was very nice to see that like they're still producing them, and they were like really like nice. Like it looked like Trine. Like if you've ever seen Trine, like it was like that, but
Trine,
but click adventure. Yeah.
I don't know. That's really interesting because I'm really used to like really classic. I
know you have a very specific review style that you stick with.
No, it's not. It's not the review style. It's the style of video games, like those walkthrough video games that are those classics, like Space Quest. Space Quest is so like they have such a style to them, and same thing with Leisure Suit Larry. Like it's like very specific.
Mm-hmm. No, these are more indie. These are definitely more indie.
Well,
these are the ones that...
they're new age. They're current.
Like, in back in the day, you would have found them at Marshall's or, like, Tiger Direct. Ooh, excuse me.
I just typed in Pink Panther video game. I got so many hits. Not good.
Yeah, you gotta be a little more specific than that.
We have to keep talking.
You know there's a Pink Panther strain? Did
really?
you know?
Oh.
Yeah, db.weedporndaily.com. I think it's in the database.
Is it this one?
It's a computer game from 1996.
No, this isn't.
Dubbed in different languages.
I think it's this
He's
one.
sent to Camp Chiliwaba.
I don't think that's it. It's this one. Okay, if somebody wants to send me this, I'll do a let's play of this if this is the spiel here. It was released in 1998. It's called The Pink Panther Hocus Pocus Pink. Shit, this game is so fucking boss. This game is really good. But they don't have any like
no wiki on it.
Like, there's no wiki on it, there's no information on it. Because you just read the, like, the caption for the Passport to Peril.
Yeah.
But this one is...
I mean, there's Let's Plays of it, though. So I'm sure it's available.
But it's in, like, what language is that?
It's like Russian or something.
Yeah, it looks like Russian. Yeah.
Well, even the name is Hocus Pocus. Like, Hocus is with a K. It's supposed to be with a C.
I like how like, one of the first things that come up is, like, can I play Hocus Pocus Pink on Vista? That's funny.
Answer, no.
We won't be able to install a game because it's not compatible with the 64-bit version of Vista. You need a 32-bit.
Yep.
Damn.
It's all about those CPU chips, nigga. Sucks. We recently got an app that I was dying to try called, Scene, I think it was called.
I think so, yeah.
And, like, SEENE. And the point of the app is, like, you point it at an object, and it'll record it in a 3D space. So that when you
can kind of, like, tilt it, and
you tilt the smartphone or whatever, and you can see around the object. So I was like, oh, this is so fucking boss. You could, like, you know, do a milked bong and, like, tilt around it, and it would look nice, or, like, a nug, obviously, and you could tilt around it. It would look really good. Just the app is just, like, a really good idea. But it's not available on,
for the iPhone 4.
Yeah, anything that isn't an M5 chip, you can't get it, which is
only
the new one.
Or 5C or whatever.
Yeah, that sucks. So yeah, that's lame. But it was such a good app. And I lost all my GIF apps to make fucking like bong rip GIFs on the phone.
Wait, why did you lose your GIFs?
Well, I didn't lose them, but they all just updated and started sucking. Like they stopped actually making GIFs, and they were like videos that you had to embed in places, and it was retarded. They turned into like Vine essentially.
Well, that's what everybody's like into now.
I guess we should talk about weed or something. Yeah.
This is your podcast. You can talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, I know, the WeedPornDaily podcast. I don't know. It's just I discussed so much last time, and I haven't done anything.
We can talk about cute animals. Are you sure you don't want to talk about cute animals?
I am so good on talking about cute animals.
We can talk about having playing Pokemon.
How are you liking Pokemon? You should talk more into the mic.
Oh, I should talk more into the mic. Am I closer now? Can you hear me now? I'm whispering. I don't know. Who's been playing Pokemon? Smoking weed and playing Pokemon is the best feeling in the whole world. I don't know.
No complaints.
Yeah, I mean, I have my 2 cents. I personally feel that Nintendo rushed it as a release, but like there's a lot of fine small details that I felt that they could have approached and edited themselves and refined further. But overall, really good. Breaking out more of that spicy.
I was thinking about it the other day.
It's a really good high though.
Yeah, you like it?
I like it a lot.
I'm not a fan.
No? Really?
I like either indica dominant, and it's like indica dominant, not like a hybrid, you know? Where you get a body high, you feel tired, and you knock out, you know, that kind of thing. But if it's like, you know, you feel tired, but you also get like a mind high, I don't like that. You know, like I don't like to start yawning, but I want to do stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's whatever. You know, it medicates me.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of, it's better for me to have the hybrids because I always need sativa dominant. Like, I need something that's going to help me with, like, my jaw.
You want indica then, you mean? For the pain. Sativa's like energy, and sativa's the one that actually, you said, exasperates.
Yeah, sorry, I got
your pain, yeah.
No, I know what I was going to say about the sativa is that I want that because, I don't like being sleepy. I don't like...
Yeah, you need a mix like that.
Yeah, I need, like, a mix of both. Because, I want the indica for my pain, but I also want sativa to give me that energy.
That's always the big plan. Like, I can't wait till I can start, growing, like, my own little garden and have, like, my strains that I know work for me and, you know, I'll have my, you know, sativa to get me uplifted and feeling creative and energized, and I can work out on it and I can work on it and all that stuff. And I'll have my indica that'll knock me out at night because I need that so badly, and something that I can smoke a little bit and maybe get hungry because that is so important as well.
I always need something to help me with my appetite.
And then I'll have you know, the little banana OG corner, of course, and what was the other one? Dirt and Poison.
No.
For those dirty nights, and
no.
What was the other strain? Like Blue Dream for you? I know you like Blue Dream.
Blue Dream. Yeah.
Blue Dream's really easy to grow. Would love to grow some of that.
I really like the taste. And I normally don't like blueberries. I don't like eating them in muffins. I don't like eating them
I know what you mean.
Where else, but I don't know why it's nice in the normal thing. I'll take a hit after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Just change the ash catcher.
But
Cause you changed was that the water from last night or?
Yeah.
Yeah. He changed it basically fresh last night, and he took
alcohol.
With alcohol, and I don't even understand how many hits he probably has already taken between now and last night.
They're like 5 to 6.
5 to 6, and it's grody. At least the ash catcher water.
Even the bowls are already getting blackish.
No, the bowl is really bad. Yeah, but
well, that's a dream. I'm sure you guys have the same type of scenario in your head. Like, yeah, man, when I get to a legal state, or when it's legalized, or when I move to fucking Amsterdam, or whatever your dream is. Yeah, some people dig that dream, man. You know, you have your ideal situation planned out. Like, I would love to have an outdoor grow, if possible, because that's where you get the highest yields, and you also save a lot of money on electricity, and more importantly, cannabis grown outdoors actually thought to be better, you know, because you're utilizing actual UV from the sun like it's, natural. It's what cannabis has been doing for thousands of years.
I just have a weird thing about people that
saying
move to,
natural.
like, Europe.
Oh.
No, just, like...
Oh, sorry. We're not
Europe.
talking about Amsterdam anymore. That's fine. I'm just talking about in general, like... Because you can't grow outdoors in Amsterdam. You would have, like, maybe one plant on your little, like, apartment shelf or whatever. They don't have them.
I mean, they have a lot of green spaces, but they're public green spaces.
Yeah. They actually have an exhibit, I think, in Amsterdam or somewhere in Europe. You see it a lot reposted on the internet and things like that, where it's a museum of poisonous plants, and they actually have cannabis growing inside of it, and it's it like actually has like a description of it, and it's fairly like non-biased, and it has like skull and crossbones.
Why does it have a skull and crossbones?
Because it's illegal. It's like it's bad because it's illegal.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, basically. And it's also, I believe they reference maybe some carcinogens or something like that.
I feel like you would get carcinogens from smoking anything, though.
That's the point, yeah. It's, like, you don't have to necessarily smoke weed. No one's forcing you to do it like that. It's just what's cool. And it's what gets you medicated the fastest. But yeah, man, I can't wait. Grow, just to grow my own strains. It would be nice. Like, I dream of picking, like, phenotypes and, finding...
Mad scientist crossbreeding?
Yeah, finding the correct, the correct traits that I like and then crossing it with other things and seeing if that works out and doing that over a period of years and testing plenty of bud in the process. That sounds also appealing. I see it all the time in, the Token Daily videos when he has, those, big greenhouses and those giant, trees. It's crazy. I would just love to have my own little garden of little trees that I could walk through.
You can take care of.
Hey, yeah, what? I'll handle that shit myself. Don't worry about that. I'm gonna need some help doing the initial installation. I have a feeling you'll just be too afraid to touch the plants. I'll be like, baby, can you prune them? You'll be like, I don't know which ones to pick off. Just baby, just lollipop them. What does that even mean?
I come from a family of farmers. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, there you go. Yeah, I could trust you to pick off the dead leaves and the ones on the bottom and the leaves that maybe look not big or sickly or whatever. Well, I could trust you to see the soil is dry and maybe give it a little water. I don't know.
I'm just not sweeping up.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Can I get that in writing? Can I get that on our marriage contract? Let's see. Fat bowl. Can you vamp while I smoke it?
Vamp?
Vamp. Well, there's dead air if I'm just smoking.
What?
There's just dead air if I'm just smoking.
But the thing is wouldn't you want them to hear the piece?
Yes, I don't know. They can hear it in the back while you talk. Fuck talking!
Well, I mean, it's since I feel like they're listening to it to listen to you, so I feel like I don't have much to offer in terms of talking. I mean, if people actually talk to me besides Amanda does on Twitter, I would have more reason. I think we've talked about this before. We've talked about... Nobody talks to me on Twitter. That's something that's not going to change. I don't know. I mean, they all kind of started talking to me and stuff when I was on... Or not talking to me, but they were just interested in my travel pictures to Minneapolis.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I have another conference I'm going to next month.
Yeah.
In, a free trip to, I've never been there. It's, Louisiana. Going to New Orleans. It just kind of...
Isn't that the place that got hit by fucking Hurricane Rwanda or something. And they got, like,
Katrina?
it's still fucked up, yeah.
Or Wilma?
Katrina.
Or Wilma?
Katrina. Yeah, I remember that.
I mean, you could fucking say the same shit about, like, hey, wasn't that place hit by Andrew?
Isn't the whole East Coast fucked up by hurricanes? Why are we even Japan, like, tsunami central.
Ugh. Oh my god, India, cyclones everywhere. No, I mean...
Monsoon City.
Well, that's like Micronesia. Monsoon season. Like Philippines and shit. Yeah.
Well, no, they've been having a really hard time recovering in New Orleans, no?
Well, yeah, but have you been hearing what's going on? Like, in, like, the cyclone?
Do I hear
and the flooding?
Anything?
And, like, the people, like, drowning in their houses and shit? It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's really sad. Awful. Man, I didn't even fucking have television and I knew about it. Like, and you were attached to a computer.
Where the fuck did you hear about boop, 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 like, picking up the fucking Wi-Fi signals? Like, what the fuck?
No, I'm saying it's like I had a little shitty phone and, like, you had, like, a computer at your fingertips the whole weekend.
And I was busy fucking working and, like, fucking...
I was working.
I don't know, like, doing other shit, smoking weed and playing Skyrim.
Yeah, working.
Hey, I am up to date on what is happening right now in Riverwood, and...
Keep telling yourself.
Yeah. I'm parked right now. I'm about to do a serious dungeon. It's serious business.
No.
The New Orleans is, like, far away from me.
Yeah, I've never had a reason to go until somebody's like, you're getting a free trip. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, because it's not like, well, I don't know, it's not a tourist destination necessarily.
I mean, it is.
Kinda.
People who drink. I don't like drinking.
Or travel down the Mississippi, or whatever. What? Are we talking about not the same place?
Well, like, New Orleans is like, it's really like, they have like one main street that is like, I think it's called Bourbon Street, I think it is. And it has like all those like really famous restaurants. It looks like that, it's like that French Quarter kind of style to the buildings.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And they have all like
it's
the
only one
bars
street?
and restaurants. It's like literally like one long street. And at
boardwalk.
the end, basically, and then they have like one, like they have like the end of the street, and the end of the street's where all the strip clubs are. And it's like where people get fucked up and shit. Yeah, so that shit does interest me. So I'm like, so what else is there to do? I mean, I'm going to be at the convention, but I won't be at the convention all, like, 4 days that I'm going to be there. I'm going to, like, go out, probably. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the alcohol.
Try some New Orleans weed.
Well, I was going to be like, if somebody wants to hit me up, they can hit me up.
We call this shit Katrina.
Why do we all talk like that? I like how you flinched and leaned back as if
I knew it was coming. I knew. Yeah. So that's nice. You say that people just listen for me, but I don't know, man. People are gonna get tired of me really fucking quick. I do a lot of solo casts. I just record myself.
I mean, haven't they been following you for like 3 years now?
Yeah, and a lot of them think that I have tits, and that I'm like 90 other girls that I'm not. They think I'm BB Ganja and Cool Reefer or something, like, just because I reblog them. Yeah. So yeah, people are interested in hearing an opinion that's just not mine and angry and wrong sometimes. You know, they like to hear people who actually know about geography and things.
Oh, I thought you were saying I'm wrong all the time. I'm like, thank you. I guess so. I mean, I'm not well educated as much as you are.
We get tired of his impressions. You should hear the solo cast.
His racist impressions.
Racist impressions? Please. Tell me there were not black people on those roofs calling out, Katrina. No, I'm kidding.
Don't you dare.
No, but there were black people on the roofs. Like, that was some pretty fucked up shit.
I'm not ignoring a demographic, but at the same time, the way you're making them all talk, like...
Well, that's just an impression that I picked up from during the event. Like, somebody said it like that, and I thought it was funny, and that's how I always remembered it. Katrina.
I don't want to travel with you because I feel like you're gonna meet like the first person at the airport.
Hey, what's up with that dot on your head?
What?
I don't know.
Oh my god, a band-aid?
took you like 2 steps. Wait, what? Oh!
Well, my first thought was like, us when we go to do the traveling for like the travel guide.
Oh,
and we go to like...
How am I gonna fuck up in Colorado? Like, hey, what's up, man? Peace and pot, bro. And they're gonna be like, yeah, man.
Well, we're gonna meet like that one individual that has a very strange accent at the airport, and it's just gonna stick with you the whole trip. And you're just gonna...
Oi, governor!
No!
We don't have time for silly things.
Like what? Where are you getting that accent from?
Bed knobs and broomsticks.
It's like you're talking like the chick from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah. Her British accent.
We watched that yesterday.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I can see myself. See, my problem is that I have this thing where like I love impressions and I love like imitating sounds. So when I'm hearing people talk and they have like an impression or like a
very distinct manner of which they speak.
Yeah, like not necessarily even an accent, but just like they talk like uniquely. I like to mimic them, and it might come off like insulting because mimicking is very childish and like I don't know, it makes you feel like you're being mocked or degraded. But really, it's just me, like, so enamored with you that I'm, like, I'm trying to, like, steal from you, I'm trying to, like, take what's best. Because you discovered some gold and I want it. Okay, that sounds bad.
Yeah. I'm sitting here looking at you like, come on, like, you couldn't catch it.
No, but, yeah. That's why. So I'll hear the accent out, and if they drop like some crazy shit, I might just like start talking like them, like, and not know. Especially if I'm high.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm really afraid, like, to go like take you to other places like that. That's what happened to me in Minneapolis. I started saying my A's differently, and my sister picked up on it. Like when she picked me up from the airport, she's like, "You're saying your A's differently now," and she wouldn't fucking stop talking about how I pronounce my A's differently. I think it wore off after a day, but just like. That one little distinct vocalization thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're gonna pick up like a whole chunk of shit.
Yeah, like BHO and butter and all kinds of those words. Yeah. Honey oil, eh?
You wish you
the
could
old
pick
honey.
up that stuff.
I was watching an Urban Grower video today, and I was like...
Talk to me about that guy.
I was like, as like, superfluous as this is, like, this is kind of one of my dreams. And it's something that I talked about with my friend for a long time. Make fun of what? Oh. They were in their dispensary, I believe, I Medicate, or somewhere. They were in a dab bar. And I've always wanted to run like a smoke bar kind of situation. / dispensary. And in the dispensary / smoke bar or whatever, they had Street Fighter 2 machine set up.
Oh, that's nice.
So everyone was smoking and just like going down on Street Fighter. And then even when they weren't, you weren't playing, you were smoking, and you can just hear in the background Hadouken and all the sound effects. It was like really nice. It was like a really nice touch. And I see that and I was like, man, that's like one of my dreams. I always wanted to just run my own place and have it so chill like that, yeah, and just have like a game machine and have like, yeah.
I've always just wanted a game machine, period, in my house.
Well, in my house, yeah, I would love like a MAME machine for sure.
I want a DDR machine.
Or a DDR.
Work out, look good,
Yeah.
sweaty.
I would just settle for like those metal DDR mats, like the legit ones.
If we can freaking afford it.
Like the whole machine, yeah, I guess, because the bar makes the difference. Yeah.
Well, at least when you're lazy and feeling tired.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we would never have that kind of money to just waste.
Well, no. But that's something like maybe like a birthday gift for 1 year or 10 or something. But John, speaking of my friend, he wanted to do like a similar thing. He wants to open up like a dispensary. What was his idea? it's like a dispensary / land place. So you come in and you can smoke weed.
Man. I like that. That's interesting.
And then they have computers set up and you can play like a bunch of games and stuff.
That's
and
nice.
that was like another one of those ideas we used to throw around. And yeah, that's one of the dreams. Maybe one day. Maybe. Or maybe that one dream that we had, a dispensary / like edible bakery. You could run it side by
Swear to
side.
God, somebody steals that idea.
I mean, it's already open, like it happens already.
No, but my dream. Somebody takes my dream.
My quiet dreams. Like the selling those what is it, the cat donuts. Oni Shimichiru. You're dropping gold, baby.
Of course. They mustn't know my plans.
Yeah. But yeah. We have big plans. I don't know, like, and once I've seen how dispensaries really have to run, or just businesses in general. Businesses, how regulated they are, and like how much rigmarole is attached to it. It's almost disparaging. But I don't know. It would just seem so cool to go to work every day, and just be able to sit back and see people and really enjoy themselves in that atmosphere. And have a safe source for their medicine, and like just so many pluses, Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, can't they normally not smoke in the dispensaries?
See, that's a thing too. That's why our dreams are really broad, because you wouldn't be able to combine it. And we're looking forward to Amsterdam style coffee shops. So maybe one day. Maybe if it's like a dab bar, because that's legal. You can do a dab bar because it's vaporizing technically, and right, and so it would be oil only, sadly, but you could smoke out back.
I think people don't mind that it's oils, when it's properly purged and shit.
Yeah, you gotta get closer.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I think that's good. We've been recording for a while. Talk news, talk shit, talk Pokemon.
Talk quiz. What are we hitting? An hour and 12 minutes. What the hell? Yeah, I think that's enough for people just hearing us complain.
Make sure to keep an eye out for the Kickstarter. We're gonna be really.
Up like next month.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Save your money.
Fucking railroading. Save your money for the book, for T-shirts, for prints. For stickers, for
really
goodies. Yeah, we're gonna be doing all kinds of special goodie packs.
Exclusive content.
Yeah. All kinds of crazy stuff for the stretch goals if you guys can accomplish it. Yeah. So keep an eye out.
Not if we can, it's when we do.
On day 5!
We are going to freaking Veronica Mars this.
Yeah. What is it? I just saw one of my old high school bands, the Classic Crime. One of those they're one of those gay rock bands. But it's just they whine a lot and
complain.
Yeah, it's like that. It's they kickstarted their new album, I believe, and they funded it the same within 24 hours or whatever,
right.
And it was the same amount of money, basically $15,000 is our project. So I was like, wow, if they can pull it together that fast, I mean, I understand they're an international fucking band and they have a huge fan base, but if they can accomplish it, it made it seem more doable. Yeah. So keep an eye out. What else is there? Make sure to buy some hemp wicks. Those are the shit. One of these podcasts I'll actually sit down and I'll do a hemp wick talk where I'll discuss the intricacies of butane and the dangers, the misconceptions and all that and the actual science behind it. And I'll discuss the benefits of the hemp wick, be real with you guys, and do no sale or whatever. But it'll essentially be a big sale because it'll be talking about hemp wicks the whole podcast. WeedPornDaily.com/headshop to buy our hemp wicks. It's 400 feet for $20. It's the cheapest you're gonna find anywhere. I can't guarantee you because there are some like sketchy people out there that might sell you some BAP wick for that cheap price, but I sell high quality, basically name brand wick quality for that price. So check it out. And
shop.weedporndaily.com.
Yeah, check out the clothing for cannabis connoisseurs. The new print, man, check it out. It's really cool. Vintage weed. It's like something that you can hang in like your kitchen or like a dispensary or something classy.
Or
you know,
you could hang it in your room.
Or
stand in front of it in your Weed Porn Daily t-shirt that you buy from our shop.
The Weed Porn Daily salute.
No, I was gonna say, and you could freaking promo the shit out of yourself while taking the picture. So it's like everybody wins.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're actually doing a giveaway where if you send us a picture of you with anything you buy from the Weed Porn Daily shop, the Society 6 one, you actually get a prize. So submit your shots and get free shit.
Who doesn't love free shit?
And make sure to listen to the last podcast. I released another giveaway with a secret word and all that jazz. Make sure to check that out. Find it. And, get your free shit again. Make sure to check out the free shit tag giveaway, the giveaway tag. We're always doing a flash giveaway.
Like
free shit giveaway, yes.
Wait, free shit giveaway?
Free shit giveaway, free shit, and giveaway. I'm very diligent with these tags.
Okay, so it's free shit with a space between.
Yes.
And then we have a giveaway tag as well.
Yes.
So it's just giveaway.
Yes, and then there's a Weed Porn Daily giveaway tag.
So WPD?
WPD giveaway.
WPD
space giveaway.
We have to be clear for this.
Yes, of course. We're making this very clear right now.
Well, I'm trying here, okay?
I'm kidding. Yeah, so check out the giveaway tag. I post not only our giveaways, but I try to find other giveaways and promote them, let you guys know about them. Yeah, I think that's enough promoting. Yeah. Sponsors, WeedPornDaily.com/advertise. Thank you for joining me, the wonderful Miss Weed Porn Daily.
Oh, no problem. I love to be here.
Check out our Twitter, at Mrs. WPD. And,
at WeedPornDaily.
Yeah. I'm Ganja Grouch. Stay regular, super stoners.